pit already, and the races are a goal.
It looks like we'll be seeing an overtaking attempt by Miola from the outside, and Pangilinan maintaining his position side by side. So Kia and De Vera tight in turn 4. Oh,
there it is, Gino.
Yeah. Yes. It looks like these drivers will stop at nothing to win here tonight. We're midway through the tournament, but the competition continues to intensify. The races that we're going to witness will bring us to the edge of our seats, so don't fall off. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the round 2 race heats of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines 2021. My name is Gino Pillamor. This, my co-host, Ref Bangsil.
Hey guys, thank you, Gino. And to everyone watching today, welcome to day 2 of round 2. Racing never stops here at Toyota, so I hope everyone is ready to have a good time. Just yesterday, we were having the leaderboards, and now we're on to the race heats of round 2. Gino, man, ang intense talaga ng races. Oh my gosh, man. It's crazy.
Man, I don't know if they'll be able to replicate just how action-packed the last one was, but I wouldn't count it out just yet, because remember that walking into the last session, we were like, okay, this is probably going to be, relatively chill. It was not chill. It was not chill at all. So, and in terms of, people who have done well, it's always nice to say that, oh yeah, for sure they're gonna dominate or whatever. But we saw some.
The case. Yeah,
exactly.
You would think that they had a great first race, they're probably gonna win the second. But with how it's going, it seems to be that some people really practice, getting past whatever happened in the previous race and just taking that to a whole next level. It's crazy.
And it's like, people who participate here, I think they make it a habit to just do upsets. You think you're number 1 now, you think you're P1 now, I'm gonna come after you, and it does happen. But you know what, we hope that you can join us for the entire broadcast for, it's just gonna be one thrilling ride. So what do we have in store for everyone who's watching us tonight, Ref?
Well, tonight we'll be seeing the semi-final and final heats for both the promotional and sporting classes, which were held last May 22. Now, the top 10 finishers in both finals also earned overall championship points. Gino?
Yep. Thrilling hits the spot in terms of describing what we're going to be seeing in just a little while. But even before the race begins, we'd like to greet everyone who is joining us in this coverage. Of course, feel free to share whatever you want to on this stream. As long as you're not trying to sell anything or anything like that, then that should be fine. Just use the hashtag GTCupPH 2021. We really do want to hear from you. Of course, at the same time, we'd also like to thank Toyota Gazoo Racing for making this competition possible. Now, this global multi-sports brand aims to create better vehicles for everyday use based on the learnings from the racetrack, and they want to bring the adrenaline of racing to everyone, even those of us who are actually online, by holding the GRGT Cup in the Philippines. So once again, thank you Toyota Motor Philippines for providing the rush of racing through the GRGT Cup. Coming from the leaderboard, sino sa tingin mo ang mananalo, Ref? Ito na naman tayo sa question na to.
You gotta stop doing that to me, man. Mahirap yan, Gino. But, honestly, I think gagalingan nilang lahat. So it's gonna be a very heated round 2. Everyone's really trying their best. Everyone's been studying the competition, so hindi talaga natin masasabi. But now in a moment, we're off to the racetrack. But before that, everyone, our lovely friends from Toyota want you to check out this cool ride. Check this out, guys.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo Racing lies motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the new Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The new Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
So achieve that racing vibe through everyday driving with the Toyota Vios GRS. The Vios we have known for its quality and reliability is now infused with the Toyota Gazoo Racing treatment, making the car look always race ready. So to learn more about this amazing car, visit toyota.com.ph/Vios/1.5 GRS.
That sounds very exciting, Gino. And not only that, but to share excitement for everyone, lahat ng viewers natin na nanonood ngayon, you guys can actually get a chance to take home some prizes by checking the instructions at the comment section of this broadcast. Stay tuned and you can be the lucky one who will take home exclusive GR merchandise. Now at this point, we officially begin the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines of 2021, powered by Petron Blaze 100. Now we bring you to round 2 of the promotional class, and for those who are watching us for the first time, Gino, how does a racer qualify for this division?
It's actually pretty simple, Ref. All you have to be is, a Filipino aged 18 and above, and outside of that, as long as you've never had any professional esports racing experience, this is the class for you. It's as simple as that. But you know what? I gotta say, and we've seen this throughout multiple races already, including the ones from last year. Even without professional esports racing experience, you just cannot underestimate any of these guys. Like, they are all competitors. And I swear, on a good day, even if you put them up against the professional class, the sporting class, may laban eh. May laban.
May laban. And just because you say that you don't have any professional esports racing experience, man, at 18 and above, pwedeng mga 10 years ka nang nag-Gran Turismo eh. Alam mo yun?
Exactly. You could have put like 20,000 hours into it.
You would never really know. So I guess it's a mixture of these people and these new racers. Give these racers a racetrack and the competitors in the promotional class will definitely dominate. But before we proceed, let's look at how the competition unfolded. Gino, take it away.
Well, here in the promotional class, the top 24 qualifiers from the leaderboard were divided into 2 lobbies. So that's math I can't do, but basically 24 divided by 2 per semi-final race. So from there, the top 4 finishers per lobby in terms of lap time went on to the final heat.
And the structure of the competition ensures that only the best of the best will survive, as of course the field narrows. But providing the challenge for them is of course the racetrack that we'll be using.
Eto tayo, Ref. Just standing in their way, or, they're basically just going to drive through all of its glory, is the Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop, which can only be found at Gran Turismo Sport. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this track, it's a 7-kilometer city-type racetrack. So you'll actually see, some familiar buildings in Tokyo if you've ever been. Even the markings on the street are in Japanese. It's 5 sectors, a total of 12 turns. Now, the turns that you have to look out for are basically turns 11 and 12. 11 because they might actually hit the wall as it becomes tighter the further you go in, and also changes to a downward descent all of a sudden. Now, turn 12 naman, it's a little bit tricky because the car might actually just lose its balance and speed. So one thing is for sure, this racetrack is exciting to watch.
Man, I couldn't help but smile because of how you explained that racetrack. Parang napaka-intense niya eh. It seems like it's one of the hardest tracks that you could ever be in, and I'm sure that these racers are up for a challenge. Now, Gino, before we proceed with the semifinals heat, can you tell us a little bit more about the car that our drivers are going to be using?
It's funny that we're using the word semifinals heat because this car definitely brings in the heat. They are using the Toyota GR Supra that only comes in automatic transmission. Now, it's an 8-speed vehicle the 8-speed vehicle actually sports a 3-liter twin-scroll turbocharged inline 6 engine. Translation, it's fast. It's ridiculously fast. All right, so it's 335 horsepower. That translates to 5,000 to 6,000 revolutions per minute. It's also a rear-wheel drive car, which is ideal for maneuvering or drifting, but of course, best with Bridgestone tires. Maganda eh. So without a doubt, Ref, the Toyota GR Supra will really fulfill your need for that adrenaline rush. If you're interested to learn more, and trust me, coming from Ref and myself, I think I speak for both of us, you'll want to learn more about it. Visit www.toyota.com.ph/gr-supra.
Gino, I think it will fulfill the rush and a lot more, man. Kasi grabe talaga. That car has totally spoiled my perception of a sports car. Yeah, so now that we know the challenge that the racers will be facing, it's finally time to head on to the race course for the semifinal heat of round 2 of the GRGT Cup 2021 promotional class.
All right, so here we go, Ref. We're actually watching the highlights already of the promotional class semi-final heat race lobby 1. So a little bit later on, we'll also see the second race lobby. But I gotta ask, Ref. When in terms of qualifying in round 1, does it kind of give you some confidence coming into round 2, knowing that you qualified round 1
I
anyway?
think definitely because it gives you kumbaga medyo gamay mo na yung how how the car works, how how you should overtake and how you should take your corners. It kind of gives you a general idea as to how you should do in the next race. But again, anything that happens in the first race, of course, is not the case. You've seen it. You've seen this hundreds and hundreds of times. Like just because you do good in the first race, you don't really always do good in the second.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily translate to the second race right away, diba?
Right,
Yun yung
right.
tricky part about it. And I mean, obviously, hubris is, a big problem to have. Like, if you walk into the second round a little overconfident, thinking that you did so well in
Wala
the
rin.
first round, then, the race just might surprise the heck out of you
Will.
as you go into it.
Plus, you don't know the track the same way the first one. Like what if your competitors knows the track is like better than you do?
Yeah.
Syempre, lamang na sila.
But you know what? Let's talk about the track a little bit more. I want to ask because I think the Tokyo Loop circuit kind of holds a special place in both our hearts, Ref.
And everyone's, I think, because
Diba?
guys,
There's something
Initial
about
D,
it.
Midnight Rider, Tokyo Drift, it all happened in this track. So all of these, iconic things that we've known from our childhood, and now our racers get to race there. Gino, so anong na-associate mo sa Tokyo Loop natin? What's
You know
one thing
what?
that you always remember?
Honestly, I'm a little bit of a Japanophile, so just anything that has anything to do with Japan, I absolutely love. And obviously with everything that's going on, we haven't been able to travel, so just seeing the Tokyo Loop already kind of puts me
It's
in
like-
that mindset where
There's
I'm
a
like,
nostalgia.
oh, and about you remember all the great times that you had there. If you've ever, if you're lucky enough to have gone to and you've actually seen some of these roads.
That's
I
true.
remember making it a point to actually go through this. Although I wasn't driving because they drive on the other side of the road. So
That's true. That's true.
It's a little bit tricky.
Now going back to the race really quick, Gino. So do you think that because you've had experience with your competitors, do you think it gives you a little bit of an advantage na alam mo na kung paano sila magmaneho?
I think to a certain degree, yeah, you do. Because I mean, even in other games, even outside of racing, you'll kind of get a gauge of whether or not the competitor is a little over aggressive at
That's true,
times.
yes.
How they handle disappointment. Because I mean, obviously, like your composure plays a lot into how you race. So
Right.
if somebody messes up, you'll see how quickly they can bounce back because there are people who do that, and some of them just crumble. But I
That's
think it's safe
true.
to say that a lot of the people that we see here today are pretty composed when it comes to racing.
They
right?
are composed. And of course, congratulations to everyone who made it to the final heat of the promotional class round 2. Of course, special recognition goes to the top finishers for every lobby, namely Jether Miole and of course, Marcus Victa. Now, Gino, what was your favorite moment for the promotional semi-final heat? Kasi ang dami talaga eh. Like, it was intense, man.
And it's a lot. It's a lot like asking, "Oh, who do you think is gonna win?" I think we'll just have to wait and see until the very last moment to decide. Which moment is our favorite, right? Because I mean,
That's
there's always
true.
gonna be something that outdoes the past favorite.
And I think also with the next race, makikita mo na sino yung parang sa top 3, sino yung neck and neck o kaya sino yung nanalo dito and who's gonna, go and gun for the championship. So you're actually absolutely right. Now everyone, with round 2 semifinals in the books, it's now finally time to proceed to the final heat of the promotional class. But of course, before that, let's watch this exciting new offering from, of course, Toyota. Check this out.
The Toyota GR Yaris is developed through the motorsport ingenuity of Toyota Gazoo Racing. Now, behind the wheel of this fantastic vehicle gives you the drive to win. Now, the GR Yaris is arriving on Philippine shores very, very soon. But if you want to reserve your own right now, you can check out toyota.com.ph/GR Yaris is coming.
And finally, everyone, we've come to the final heat of round 2 of the promotional class of the GRGT Cup 2021. But before we head back into the action, let's check out how our competitors are faring in the overall championship race. Gino.
Well, here we go. Jeter Miole with 20 points at first place. Lord Michael and Owen Rada naman have 15 and 12 for second and third respectively. 10 points going to Franco Pangilinan at fourth. Lyle Lemuel Garibay gets 8 points at fifth. Julius Keats gets 6 points for sixth place. 4 points for Bob Villanca at seventh. And rounding up the top 10 are Ayrton Nigel Cuesta, Michael Custodio, and Kyle Plaza with 3, 2, and 1 point respectively.
Oh man, but with the stakes elevated in round 2, so too of course are the championship points.
That's right. So it actually, the stakes are higher. In round 2 of the Toyota GR-GT Cup promotional class, the points will have a 1.5 time multiplier. So the winner basically gets 30 points, while the runner-up nets 22.5, and the third placer bags 18 championship points. Now the multiplier trickles down to all 10 spots that are eligible for overall points.
Now, just because there are more points up for grabs means that no spot in the top 10 is still safe. Of course, it could still be anyone's race at this point. And here are the competitors who might have a chance to add points to their standing. Gino.
Yeah. All right, it's beautiful because we got a mix of returning competitors from round 1 and new racers as well. We have Jaron Messina, Jeter Miole, who is currently gunning for win number 2, Aidan Paulo Moselino, Joaquim Pizarro, Kyle Plaza, who made round 1 final heat, Owen Rada, who also made round 1 final heat, Marcos Victa, Mark Angelo Villamor, and Bernard Villanca.
And of course, our racers are always ready for battle, and we are ready to bring you the action. Now, root for your bets by commenting on our stream for everyone who's watching, and don't forget to use the hashtag GRGTCupPH2021. Now, everyone, let's head back to the Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop for round 2 of the final heat for the promotional class.
All right, here we go. Ref, we are back in Japan. No visa needed. No need to pay for a flight or anything right now. We have Jeter Miole starting the promotional final race heat for tonight.
And not only that, Gino, but we have a new player, a new racer here who's joined the mix in the promo class. Air 23 or Aidan Paulo Mosolino. We're looking at his first person view.
It's just a beautiful sight to see. And it looks like... What is this? We have Mark Villamor overtaking from the right. Look at how sneaky. Look at how sneaky this guy is. Using the slipstream to his advantage and into the first corner, Villamor and Mosolino side by side upon entry. There you go. Owen Rada from the inside. Contact with Villamor though. Pretty aggressive line to get through turn 1.
And contact here by Villamor. Looks like some cars are sliding coming out of turn 2. It's a very intense start here. We have here making an overtake on the right, Jaron Messina.
Oh, this entry is going to be tight with Messina on the outside lane. Let's see if he'll get to make it.
Neck and neck here. Nagbabanggaan sila, Gino.
Oh,
Messina
there you go.
P5 away from Villamor. Upon entering the S-curves 5 and 6. He does it.
Oh, man. So many sneaky moves here so early on. Like, they just kind of creep up on you. Oh, Villamor scraping the inside wall while Messina scrapes the outer wall upon
right there.
exit.
Oh, we have here the onboard video of Jaron Messina. There he is, keeping his composure. Look at his race hats. His race...
Oh, ganda. Oh! And contact on the rear end. Bernard Villanca really putting pressure on. There you go. Upon exit on turn 10, intense side-by-side contact rubbing between Messina and Villanca.
Villanca and Messina really going at it here, approaching the final corner loop. It's gonna be tight. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, I feel an overtake coming on. There you go. An overtake.
Oh, there's an overtake.
Messina and Mosolino on the right hairpin. It's really getting exciting, ref. And as we will see...
Well, we have here Jether Miole, of course, starting lap 2 again. There he is. He kept that lead. Again, look at that Super Gino. That looks really sleek.
So sexy. So
Mukha na
sexy.
namang highlight.
No, I can't say this enough. Messina riding on the slipstream rather, of Villamor on the stretch. Is he going to
Here
go
we
for
seem
the
to have an
overtake?
overtaking attempt here, Gino, by Messina on the left. He's being sneaky there. A little bit of a contact. Oh, wait, I think he succeeds.
Successfully passes him as you can see on the rear view mirror. Very nicely done. So much sneakiness going on. I love it.
So Villamor, of course, not letting any more people pass him. He's keeping that lead. And now onto the first corner. Messina clips the apex in time, giving him a smooth corner exit. Look at that. Well executed.
I gotta say, I like this sort of first person view without even seeing the hood of the car anymore. Not that I don't want to see the hood of the car because it's such a beautiful car, but it just kind of makes you feel like you're really there
in the race, you know.
Yeah, and so far everyone on the grid now is very evenly paced, checking the in-game map.
Mussolino attempting to close the gap with Messina here, approaching the multiple S corners. It's going to be hard here. These are the S corners that are hard on the Tokyo Expressway, Gino. But they
really
make the most out of it there.
Man, there's so much pressure on Mussolino right now. But he tried to close that gap, but eventually failed. Man, that's a little bit of contact right there.
There was.
Being forced into the wall just due to the pressure. Mussolino seems to have psyched out from the pressure from the back, affecting his driving.
There are similar psychological techniques that are happening here. Alam mo yung kunyari babanggayin mo biglang iiwasan mo. There's a lot of play that's going on. Mind games here, actually.
No way. I mean, and that's how you end up making mistakes. You know what I mean?
That's true. And now as the drivers approach the final corner, everyone could it's still anyone's race at this point. Some drivers are trying to brake early or late, depending on approach. Like this one here, they had to do a tight turn there. Not much changes in positions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like everybody's close to each other, but we haven't seen a lot of positional changes just yet. I believe in a couple of seconds we're gonna be in lap 3 already, but we've got a pretty evenly spread out grid.
That's right, Gino. They're actually holding their own very well here.
Oh, they're dealing with the pressure really well. The gaps have widened from the leader pack, and the back markers are close together. They kind of have a little battle of their own going on right there.
We have here KO Plaza here, Gino, on 4th place, keeping up with Marcus Victa as he clears the first corner. Smooth entry and smooth exit there by Plaza. Villamor clipping the inside here. You see that in season, overtaking a 10th on the inside lane where Mussolino goes wide on the corner exit.
I don't know if you're able to catch it, but there's a very slight contact there. Yeah, between the two drivers. Mussolino denying the overtake attempt coming into turn 2.
Villamor here trying to close the gap coming through the inside of turn 3. He's on that slipstream, Gino. Let's see if he overtakes.
Let's find out.
Here.
There you go. No contact. That is contact from Villamor to Mussolino, forcing Mussolino out of the racing line, sliding towards the outside lane.
That was a risky move there by Villamor, Gino. And again, it's these moments na masasabi mo na, I shouldn't have done that, or like I should have been a little bit more conservative. It's these different driving styles.
Exactly, and I feel like we'll have to rely on the stewards' decision for that, as they have the final say for that race incident. But as you can see, Messina attempting to close the wide gap with Owen Rada. Only time will tell if he's able to pull this off.
That's right, Gino. And the grid is now staggered, with each subgroups representing the lead approaching the final corner loop. Actually, the people in the back are actually only down by a few seconds, so it's still anyone's race at this point. Here we have Messina, good exit. Still really good here.
Everyone's paced so well.
He's keeping that lead.
Jether Miole is sitting pretty, welcoming lap 4 with him, clocking the fastest lap of the grid so far.
Wow.
Wild. He is doing
for that, for keeping his composure. He's just slipping through the highway here, Gino. Look at that, oh. Parang wala siyang kalaban eh. Look at the rear mirror. There's no one there.
it's become another promotional video. Now, the nice thing about this is it actually seems that the grid is now evenly spread out as everyone has had a different approach in tackling the long stretch of the Tokyo Expressway.
That's right.
I swear to God, this is such an exciting track to watch. It really is. Even without a lot of positional changes, it's still just a beautiful thing to watch. Just all the drivers going through these corners so cleanly.
It really
And
is.
so quickly.
Now,
Yeah.
it seems that everyone is spread out. Wala siguro mangyayaring position changes here. But if the racers want to close the gap, they'll have to modify their lines to cut down their trims, meaning they have to find a way to really catch up to their next opponent. But if they don't, it seems that this is going to be it, Gino.
Yeah, well, for us, the ideal overtaking spots here would be the stretch, by riding
Of
on
course, yes.
teams coming in and out of turns 1 and 2 or the final corner loop. Now, you'll actually see how much they maximize the track, just like this one right here. You see Messina maximizing just because it's what, a 3-lane
There's a
extra
little drift there. Here. It's the car.
and it bottlenecks into 2, so it's really such a tight track. You really have to make the most out of the space that you are given, right?
And you see there, Gino, with this tight of a track, it seems that some of them are almost close to losing control, but they're keeping it here.
And you see that, man, Plaza and Rada were really trading paint there, just ensuing the battle for third place.
And the dicing just won't stop. And talagang, actually, you can even see the brake disc glowing here, Gino. That's attention to detail. No? Para talaga, actually, I would say it's like a real race talaga.
Even down to that minute detail.
Oh, it's the last lap. Jeter Mioli now welcomes lap 5. He still keeps that lead here. He's looking really good, Gino.
I don't know, Ref. I think it's safe to say that he has this in the bag. I think the action now lies behind Jeter Miole. That's where all the action is going to be happening.
And with the fastest lap in your achievements, I mean, how could you even get to this guy?
I guess because when you have no one else pressuring you from the back, like, you get to really focus on just driving the best way that you know how through this track without having to think of a car being behind you, somebody riding on your slipstream or anything like that. Like, he is just racing for himself as of this moment.
That's absolutely correct, Gino. And we have here an onboard view of Joaquim Pizarro here. Let's see if he tries to get that place because there seems to be a racer in front of him. And then there's a dicing here between Vilanca and Villamor trying to race for that position. Let's see if he gets to overtake here, Gino.
Look at that. That's such a beautiful thing to watch, Ref.
Look at that side. Look at
them just... Oh, that is nice. That is nice. But will Villamor be able to push through? Let's see.
We have here the onboard video of Bernard Vilanca battling it out with Mark Villamor. Keeping his composure, Gino is very calm here. Let's see if he's able to take a good advantage here off this turn. And Villamor, he goes for a dive bomb.
Oh, there you go. Oh no!
A dive bomb overtake on the inside, but the positions remain unchanged. Vilanca is still ahead. Gino. It didn't work.
I thought he had that. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not sure if there will be a penalty enforced on that. But it is still a neck and neck fight until they enter the final corner loop.
Now the racers here, they're trying to maximize the track, Gino. And Villamor takes the outside lane, ends up rubbing the side outer walls. And there's also
okay lang, Ref.
pass.
Okay lang na nagpalit sila ng paint kasi same color naman sila. Okay lang. Wala masyadong problema.
Hindi halata. And there we have it. Oh my God! Jeter Miole, as expected, wins the round 2 promotional class. Gino, wow.
Iba si Jeter Miole. Like, he just coasted. I don't think anybody ever even came close to him. So, congratulations to Jeter Miole.
Congratulations, Jeter Miole. He kept the 5 laps, huh? He was just...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Jeter Miole, congratulations. And a huge congratulations to Jeter Miole, a well-deserved win there, and the other podium finishers, of course, for they are set to take home prizes such as gaming peripherals and other Toyota GR merchandise. And that said, Miole also gets the fastest lap of round 2. Wow, man. Wow, he really did have a strong race today, Gino. I mean, I'm almost speechless.
Totally
Five laps.
totally dominating that one, man. Like he was in the lead the entire race, and it's as if he wasn't even content with that. He was like, "Yo, let me get the fastest lap as well." So he was just at a class of his own in competing and completing the course in the fastest time possible.
Yeah, and with round 2 of the promotional class done, Gino, let's take a look at our updated overall championship leaderboard. Take it away.
Here we go. Jether Miole, the man of the hour with 50 points. Lord Michael with 37.5. Owen Rada with 27. Marcos Victa with 18 points. Kyle Plaza with 13. Bernard Villanca with 10, tied with Franco Pangilinan, who also has 10 points. Jaron Messina with 9, Lyle Lemuel Garibay with 8, Julius Keats with 6 points, Aidan Paulo Mosolino with 4.5 points, Ayrton Nigel Cuesta with 3, tied with Mark Angelo Villamor, also at 3 points, Michael Custodio with 2, and finally Joaquim Pizarro with 1.5 points.
Thank you for that, Gino, and a huge congratulations to all of these racers. And now moving on, 2 races in the promotional class are already part of history, but of course we still have one more round left. The question that remains here is that will Jeter Mioli hold on to the overall championship lead, or will someone else unseat him? Gino.
This pretty much wraps up our coverage for the final heat of the promotional class round 2 of the GRGT Cup PH 2021. So stay tuned for exciting action in the sporting class. But you know what? Before we proceed, let's learn more about the Toyota Vios GRS.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo racing lies motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the new Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The new Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
Experience the adrenaline rush with the Toyota Vios GRS. Feel the thrill of the Gazoo racing treatment in this exhilarating vehicle. So for more details about this astonishing car, visit toyota.com.ph/vios/1.5 GRS.
And finally, we've come to the final heat for the sporting class of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines of 2021. Of course, powered by Petron Blaze 100. And they were tested by the chicanes and long straights at Monza in the first round. But now our racers will try to conquer the Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop. But before we head into the action, Gino, take us a step through the overall leaderboard standings.
Well, first off, we have Terence Llave, unsurprisingly with 20 points at first place. Luis Moreno and Estefano Rivera have 15 and 12 for second and third respectively. 10 points to Lance Padilla, who is coming in at 4th. Lance Gubalya naman gets 8 points at 5th. Ian Soquilla gets 6 points for 6th place. We also have 4 points for Jeff De Vera at 7th. And rounding off the top 10 are Gab Senires, Nathan Cabidoy, and Corbin Guerrero with 3, 2, and 1 point respectively.
You know, as you were saying all of those racers, man, I couldn't help but think na sobrang all-star top class sila.
Medyo.
The best of the best, the stars of the stars. And as I was going on, inisip ko like, man, like it can still be any of their races at this point. So the question that remains here is, will the top competitors hold on to their spots, or of course, will another competitor rise above the rest? Please tell us what you think, guys, by commenting on our stream, and please don't forget to use the hashtag GRGTCupPH2021. Now, to everyone watching, please sit back and relax as we witness the final heat of the sporting class round 2. And here we go, Gino, the sporting class, the king of the kings, the best of the best. Introducing the starting grid for the sporting class, we have Luis Moreno starting from P1 on the grid with Lance Butala second, Terence Llave on third, Lance Padilla fourth, Nathan Cabidoy fifth, Gab Senores sixth, Mark Voltaire Elman seventh, Corbin Guerrero eighth, and Estefano Rivera ninth.
What a star-studded lineup you got there, Ref. What a
Future Hall of Fame class, you know?
Oo, parang, okay, so sino sa atin yung matatalo kasi magaling tayo lahat. Mahirap yung ganito. I don't know how this is all gonna pan out, but of course, at the end of the day, only one person can take P1. Check it out, we've got the view from Lance Padilla on the first corner, Luis Moreno on the inside, Lance Guballa on the outside, and contact between PRS teammates.
We have a little bit of contact.
How does that even work? You know, they're teammates, but there's contact. Well, you know, that's just how it is.
And the Sporting Class lobby, of course, is just heating up. First two corners pa lang yun, Gino. Nagkakatamaan na sila.
I mean, it is a sporting class after all, Ref, so I wouldn't expect any less.
Oh, there you go. Chupaget here, Lalapi with an attempt to overtake Moreno from the outside coming into turn 3. He's going in for that win. I can feel it, you know?
Oh, mukhang intense to, Ref, for sure.
Oh, grabe.
For sure. And you see,
Oh,
Mark.
someone scraped there, Mark Volter-Elman. Did you see that, Gino?
Yep, scraping the outer wall on the corner exit, and now we have the onboard cam of Gab Sinires. Smiles on his face though after clearing the
Chill lang
multiple
siya, Gino,
escorts.
chill lang siya.
Steady lang siya. You know, he is unfazed by everything that is happening. Now we're back in the view of Lance Padilla and his teammate.
Oh my gosh, man. They hit again.
Padilla.
It's another hit.
I wonder if he incurs a penalty for that. I believe he incurs like a 5-second. Yep, it is
there
a
it is.
5-second
Yep, there it is.
after hitting the outer wall really hard. Kasi parang if you hit the outer wall with a light tap, you can get away with it. But once you hit it like, you know, intensely, that pretty much, you know, gives you a penalty.
That's true. And as a team, they have to be a little more careful here because it's only the start of the race. And penalties already, and from your teammate. So a little bit of strategizing needs to be done here. You know, here it is. Gubala slowly clearing his 5-second penalty in time at the start of the stretch. So mukhang makakabawi pa siya.
But how many times have we heard, you know, teammates getting at each other in racing? Because, you know, once you're out there, like, yo, I'm the best racer. That's it.
True.
You know, I don't care if you're my
That's
teammate or anything. But there you have it. Luis Moreno still in the lead, actually welcoming lap 2 already.
There it is, Nathan Cabido attempting to close the gap by drafting up to Padilla. There's that slipstream that he's going through right now. He's going to try to overtake here, Gino. I feel it.
Going to make it? Is he going to make it? It looks like it. I'm just waiting for him on the rear view mirror. Yep, he makes the overtake. Nice overtake there by Cabido as he passes Padilla midway the stretch.
Cabido here goes on the entry. Oh, he goes a little bit wide there, Gino. And there you see the overtaking opportunity. Padilla actually passes through
with a little bit of contact, a little bit of contact, but he gets away with it. Let's find out what our next exciting moment of this race is going to be.
Cabido here, he's pressured to really regain his position here. Padilla's right there, smooth lines coming in and out to the 3 consecutive corners. He's gonna try here, I can feel it.
Now we have Liliave naman as he keeps up pace with Moreno. Is he going to make a move anytime soon? I guess we'll find out. But you know what? These drivers will stop at nothing here tonight, given that the conditions for everyone here are no tire wear and no fuel consumption and sports soft tires, which I mean, obviously, in a nutshell, it's basically the most optimal condition of the car.
It really is. So it's basically up to the driver to really make the most out of the vehicle that they're in.
Oh, when you have no tire wear set, you can pretty much push the car to the limit as much as you want to. And Moreno into the final corner with Liliave not too far behind. Lapit niya na.
Followed closely by Padilla and Gubala. Now they're back on the long stretch. They're going for that overtake. They seem to be composed though, even if magkakalapit.
Oh, well, I mean, it is a sporting class, so I wouldn't expect any.
Oh my God, you know, something happened here. Something happened. Mark Volter-Elman, he clips his way, Gino. Did you see that? Too hard, causing the car to spin, and unfortunately gets that time penalty.
So if you think about it, because I mean, you already slowed down because you got clipped. And you know, as you can see, like he was pretty much at a break. He was already on brakes na kanina, and you still get a penalty pa. So it's like it's a double whammy.
And if you guys missed it, Luis Moreno welcome lap 3, staying steady on pole position. Pero maraming nasa likod niya, Gino.
Ito na rin.
Just to keep that pressure there. So far, we're seeing a steady grid distancing on the leading pack. Lapit lang nila sa isa't isa. Whew.
That's maybe about a 3-car gap.
Yeah, that's not that actually. It's not that much.
Yeah, so it's really just like, one, you go wide a little bit, clip the wall a little bit, and it's pretty much anybody's game. Medyo wild. Now we're seeing a view of Lance Guballa naman chasing down Corban Guerrero,
And he
trying
looks
to
like
make
he
it
left his
through.
hazard lights on by accident, Alam mo ba back in the day, yung kapag nag-hazard lights ka, ibig sabihin,
Oh.
gusto mong kumarera. Baka that's what he's
Oh
going
yeah,
to.
medyo street racing levels yun. Not that we encourage that kind of thing. But yeah, balita ko nga, ref, medyo ganun daw.
Hindi ko alam yun.
Ewan ko pare, nabalita ko lang, ikunento lang sa akin. Pangalan niya, ref.
He's trying to go against these other competitors, and we have here Corban Guerrero going into this turn. Let's see if he does a wide or tight turn.
Now we're back at the view naman of Lance Padilla out in third place behind Llave as we approach the final corner.
In the view of Lalave, he keeps a fixed distance here with Moreno in front of him, approaching the final corner entry. Seems to be medyo kalmado tong area na to ng race.
It kind of feels like Llave is just waiting for his moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that patient strike. Waiting for, the guy in front of him to make a mistake. Waiting for Moreno to make a mistake and for him to completely capitalize on that. We'll see if that does happen a little bit later on. Now
and right here, Gino, we finally get to see Stefano Rivera on the grid. Sadly, he had to start from the back of the grid due to connection issues back in the qualifying rounds. But man, he's the motorsports breakout person of the year, Gino. So you can't really underestimate him, even if he is in the back of the grid.
But you also cannot underestimate, how big of a part your internet connection plays in a competition like this, ref. You might
That's
be
true, actually.
That's why we had to specify you have to have a fast internet connection. But sometimes even that, screws up every now.
Doesn't work out sometimes.
All
Another
right.
side-by-side sighting coming into turn one is Guballa and Guerrero. They're neck and neck here, trying to see which one can take that lead.
Guerrero needs a side contact.
Side contact there.
There it is.
Let's get it. There he is.
Is he? It's still neck and neck.
It's still neck and neck. Hindi natin masabi.
There it is. Guerrero actually maintains his position from Guballa upon exiting turn 2.
Actually, very impressive. That was a very impressive turn, man. Grabe.
But I feel like something else is gonna happen here, man. Like,
no, there's still that. See, look. He's going to that switch
I
screen,
know.
trying to find the perfect opportunity. He'll stop at nothing to get this position here. Again, actually, even these two guys are giving like the best of it all. Silang dalawa pa lang, napakaganda ng competition, Gino.
Even if you were to single out just these two, it'd still be an exciting competition. But the tricky part is, this is happening pretty much all across the grid.
It really is. Lance Guballa here on board camera. The pressure is really on for these guys, and he still seems to be a little bit composed here.
Yeah, but they are nearing, the final lap already. We're already on lap 4 of 5.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if anybody's gonna make moves, here we go.
I feel grabe to.
in my bones, ref, something's gonna happen here.
Guballa
Something's
leaving
gonna
no
happen
gap between
here.
Guerrero coming into the final corner, really putting the pressure on. They've been at this for maybe about a lap right now.
Ref, may gapiso
Gapiso lang. Oh, Guerrero really cutting hard on the inside of turn 12. Look at that. The tires really grip there. And Lalave here, he's trying to close the gap with Luis Moreno and welcoming lap 5. Still very chill there.
Last lap already. I feel like this is where the battle is gonna be. What we're seeing,
Check
right?
this out. This is that.
It's that long stretch, man. It's that long stretch.
He's gonna
If he
go
can
for this
capture
overtake.
it.
Oh, there it is. Does he get it? Does he get it?
Ooh!
Oh, he does. I think he does. Very
Waiting for the
negative.
rear view. Well, he's already on the rear view,
Oh,
but
there he
we'll
is.
see what happens on the turn. But so far, Guballa overtaking Guerrero. Oh,
Wait. Oh, there. Here we have something
Man.
that's going on here.
they're really neck and neck. We'll see what happens in this corner.
Let's see if they take a wider turn. Both tight turns here, Gino.
Nobody making a mistake.
Car gripped well there.
Guballa
Staying here.
kind of pulling away. But now we're looking at Moreno and, of course, Chupagetti, the leaders of the grid. Llave still neck and neck with Moreno as the pressure builds up.
Luis Morano here on board camera looking really sharp. Lalave from the rear view camera of Moreno. Notice how the gaps go from steady to thinning real quick because And these two will stop at nothing to win here tonight, and I'm sure every single racer that's in this sporting class right now will stop at nothing.
Just looking at his eyes, and he's barely blinking. I feel like if I were that close with somebody also, I wouldn't be able to blink at all, thinking that I could
he's
in there.
in there. Mentally, he's really in there, man. Giving it their all talaga dito.
But they don't have a lot of time on their hands, man. They are on their 5th and final lap, so if anything's gonna happen, they have to make it happen now.
This is the time. This is the time to make your moves.
If they're gonna pull rabbits out of the hat, this is the time to pull that rabbit.
And right here, Gino, now on to the final home stretch here. Let's see if they get it.
Moreno's holding on.
Spaghetti's here. Let's see. Again, there's a stream here. There's a slipstream here that's happening. Let's see if Chupagetti gets the win with this technique here.
Will he get to capitalize on it? We'll find out.
Ang lapit na
Man,
oh my
Luis
God.
Moreno seems to be really holding on to this really well, man.
Oh!
There you go.
Oh,
Luis Moreno. Despite how close Liliave was on his tail, was unfazed by the pressure that was put on him, and he still bags the first place win. With of course there's Liliave coming in second, and Lance Padilla coming in third, closing out.
Moreno is the name to remember tonight.
Race, man. I mean, if you saw his face camera,
his
like
facial, his reaction to it. He was in that. He was really in it, you know. Halata naman sa driving niya, Gino eh. I mean,
sabi nga ng EA Sports ref, he's in the game, diba?
He's in the game. Tama.
Kind of aged myself a little bit with that, but whatever. Super exciting race all the way, man. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Grabe. Guys, grabe, that was a thrilling race from our sporting class. However, it was of course Luis Moreno, the name to remember tonight, who dominated round 2. Of course, congratulations to him and to Terence Lavia, Chupagetti, and Lance Padilla, who gained podium finishes as well. Gino, wow.
Without any question, everyone was in high gear to chase the victory, but like we mentioned before, in the end, there can only be one winner. And here is the final confirmation of placings for round 2 of the GRGT Cup PH 2021 Sporting Class. Moreno, champion of round 2. Liliave with 2nd place. Padilla at 3rd. Cabidoy with 4th. Sinires at 5th. Rivera at 6th. Guballa at 7th. Guerrero at 8th. But, they put up a really interesting fight for us. Elman at 9th. And De Vera at 10th.
And after 2 intense rounds, Gino, how does the race for the overall championship of the sporting class look, Gino? Let us know of their points.
So we're looking at the points now. Moreno at the lead with 45 points. But just like this race, Liliave is super close behind him with 42.5 points. Padilla at 28 points, Rivera with 21 points, Cabidoy with 17, Sinires with 15, Guballa with 14 points, Soquilla with 6 points, De Vera with 5.5, tied with Guerrero, who also has 5.5 points, and finally Elman with 3 points.
And again, congratulations to all of the winners in the sporting class. That was one of the most intense races that we've ever watched. Sobrang props to all of you guys. And if you guys think that's exciting already, well, wait until you see what Toyota has in store for us. Check this video out.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo racing lies motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the new Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The new Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
The Toyota Gazoo Vios Cup is back, so you can catch your favorite racers and celebrities in action as they compete at the Clark International Speedway this July. Now they're going to go full speed and push their cars to the limit in the Autocross Challenge or the Circuit Championship. But because we're keeping your safety in mind, we're bringing the event to you via the Toyota Motor Philippines and Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippines Facebook account. So you can watch it in the comforts of your own home and get extra perks like chatting with your favorite celebrities or seeing some behind the scenes highlights. So visit the TGRPH and TMP social media accounts for more details. Now, this year's Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup will be held in cooperation with Bridgestone, official fuel partner Petron, and supported by Moto. Now, other sponsors are Rota, Brembo, Denso, AVT, 3M, Tuason Racing, and OMP. What a race weekend it has been, Ref. You got 2 races down and we still have 1 to go before we crown our overall champion, which also means that all interested sim racers will still have 1 more shot to join. But, they're probably asking themselves right now, but how do I join, Ref? How do I join?
Well, actually, to everyone watching this, again, like Gino says, you have 1 more shot to join, and it's actually really easy. Now, anyone who would like to join should have the following. Of course, a Sony PlayStation 4, an active PSN account, a PS Plus subscription, and of course, you must have Gran Turismo Sport or GT Sport. And of course, any compatible gaming controller, high-speed internet, and an active Facebook account. Then for the registration requirements, they must provide the following details such as name, email address, contact number, nationality, residing country, PSN Online ID, PSN Online Country, and of course your player ID and Gran Turismo Sport. And of course, any previous achievements you might have. So they'll be able to gauge out what class you deserve to be in, basically. Gino.
That's right. And outside of that, you also have to fill up the registration form over at toyota.com.ph/GT Cup. But Ref, you know what? It's all or nothing now. One last time to prove themselves against the field. It will be an all-out finish in round 3.
It'll be amazing. It'll be intense as usual.
Oh, for sure.
Oh man. And that ends our coverage for round 2 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Philippines 2021, powered by Petron Blaze 100. Everyone, reminder, we have 1 more round left, and that's where the competitors will absolutely lay everything on the track for Racing Glory. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting and watching us. But Gino,
yes, you know what? The best is yet to come. So if you watched us today, you have to join us for the 3rd round leaderboards of the GRGT Cup PH 2021. But until then, let's keep safe, especially when driving, cruise through life's challenges, and always chase your dreams at full speed. On behalf of my co-host, Ref Bangsil, my name is Gino Killiamore, signing off for now. We'll see you again next time.
see you guys.
Heading into the pit already, and the races are of gold.
It looks like we'll be seeing an overtaking attempt by Miola from the outside, and Pangilinan maintaining his position. Side by side, Sukiya and De Vera tight in turn 4. Oh!
There it is, Gino.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like these drivers will stop at nothing to win here tonight.